I put together a microgreen water model, which is a spreadsheet that allows me to estimate the impact on tray weight when I water on certain dates and with a certain number of grams or milliliters of water. This spreadsheet is set up for daikon radish. I have a number of variables like my initial tray weight, my dry tray weight, which I know is roughly 1,000 based on my system. And I've got a few other variables that I can change here. With daikon radish, it's roughly a 7-day process to go from first watering of the seed to harvest. And I've started here Tuesday morning. Generally, my days are 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. That's when I take my measurements. I've added 1,000 grams of water to a dry tray weight of 1,000, and that gives me a tray weight of 2,000. This blue line indicates all of the watering events, and I can change this to show a result. This has a watering of 500 grams on Saturday morning and 700 grams on Sunday evening. This is based on an actual grow that I did, and it ended up way too wet. The leaves had a lot of moisture in them, and it may be okay for the plant, but I think that it is not good for the farmer who wants to harvest without a lot of moisture in the leaves. So I know that this is too high, 25-40. I hope I will never water that much again. So what this allows me to do is say, well, what if I watered with 500 grams rather than 700? Then it went to 23-40, and by the end it was down to 1890. Well, that looks better to me. However, I would actually like to see that a little lower. So let's say 300 grams. And this is kind of what I would like. Now, actually, 1,700, and this is based on experience, 1,700 is about as low as I like to see in my trays, because at about a 1,600 gram level tray weight, my plants start to have problems, and at 15 they start to lay over and probably start dying at about 1,200, 1,300. So basically what this has allowed me to do is I can also make changes with this watering event. I can, this initial watering at the beginning of the seeding, and then I can adjust the grams of different watering events. For example, here in 1940, I don't think I need to water then, so let's delete that. Well, then it goes to 1790 and 1640, and this is the danger zone. Should never get that low. So how about instead I go to Saturday evening and put 300 grams of water in there. So instead I kind of bump up to 1940, and this is down to 1490. That's a little bit too low, unfortunately. So let's put 400 in here. Okay, so now it's 1590, which honestly is still a little low. So I'm going to change that to 500. So this allows me to try to predict how I should water my plants. It's something that I can use to check real world data, tray weight data, against what I think is going to happen on my model. I also have a water weight line here, which is an attempt to estimate the amount of water left in the potting soil. That is really what I'm interested in. There's a little bit more to it here, but I'll just focus on tray weight in this video. I'll try to put up a link to this spreadsheet, and maybe you can play around with it if you like, and hopefully it'll allow you to download it. Thank you.